Dude,
I mean, where are you? Are you in an escape room?
I'm in the hospital.
That sucks.
What do you want to do after football?
Wow, worst question possible because I have no idea. Sam Howell's his quarterback coach. So, listen, I'm not too proud to admit when I see punt in slow-mo, I'm like, oh, yeah, that looks good. Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for it. It's here. Season 3, Episode 1. Guest is QB1 Sam Howell. Sam, welcome to Hang Time.
Thank you, man. This is something I've definitely been looking forward to since
Really?
I've been here. Yeah.
Wow.
I checked it out some last year, and I was like, dang, that's pretty cool, man.
Yep.
And just to hang out with you for a little bit,
It's called Hang Time for a reason. We literally hang for a period of time. And we talk a little life, we talk a little ball. It is super chill. It is super fun, but it's an honor to have you, my friend. I hope the chair is comfortable.
Oh, dude, it's perfect.
I hope the environment's comfortable.
It's great, dude.
And we'll basically just hang out. So typically how we like to get things started is, especially after a big dog road win, we love to go over a couple of highlights. Now, that was technically your first road game as a starter. Dude, how sweet is on the road in the NFL?
Dude, it's so much fun,
It is
dude.
the bomb, dude.
Dude, like just before the game, like, being in Denver, it was beautiful weather. Like
Perfect.
It was a perfect day.
Yes.
And like it was a full stadium against the Broncos, who are one of the more historic franchises.
Yes.
Like, dude, it was.
I forgot they did that freaking thunder thing when they were doing it with their feet.
Yeah.
I mean, you were on the field. I was on the sideline just in case I needed to come out, and you just. And I was like, that is pretty sweet.
No, but like, dude, like, because I went out for the coin toss. It was my first time doing that too.
Yeah.
But we were just standing there. And I was just like, dude, this is cool, man.
It's crazy,
like,
yeah.
It was awesome.
We had the crazy environment week 1 at FedEx.
Yep.
Go on the road to Denver, and man, 2-0, and now we got Buffalo coming to town.
Yeah,
So
it'll be a fun one.
it is a lot of fun to do hang time after road wins. One of the largest, if not the largest, road comeback win, I think, in a number of years for the franchise. So that was sweet.
Yeah.
I think that you had a hand, nay, an arm in that comeback. So that's pretty wonderful. Let's
Good
go ahead and get
punts in there,
started.
too.
Do what?
Some good punts in there.
Thank you. Punting in altitude is quite wonderful, although my fellow Sooner, Marvin Mims, took one back on us pretty deep.
Yeah,
But
he did.
I meant to talk to him after the game and be like, what the heck, dude? We just got to chill.
Let's
Just
look
take it
out
back.
for you,
If you
man.
got to take it back for 20, all right, 45? Jeez. But, yeah, that was my bad. I kind of kicked it low and far. But, all right, let's start with a couple highlights. John Bates, deep catch. Now, I got to watch some of these highlights before we started. Whenever you watch yourself throw and you see the ball come out, all right, I want full disclosure, I can tell the people, you are a humble, good dude that is fun to hang out with. But do you ever look at your passes and go, oh, man, that looks pretty good right there?
Honestly, like I
look at that.
hardly ever get like camera angles.
Well,
where,
you're getting
like,
it
I
right
can
now.
Really see
Look
the
at
ball.
that. It was
but
perfect.
I just remember like the feeling, like it feeling pretty good. But no, it is a cool camera angle. So shout out to whoever got the camera angles.
Yes.
But really shout out to John Bates, man. I mean, this isn't what he's known for. You know, he's known as a blocking tight end
Because he's gigantic.
and he's a great blocker. He's one of the greater blockers in the NFL.
Yes.
And Logan goes down and he steps up, man, and makes a big play.
And who is it Simmons that comes and hits him?
Simmons
So
comes
look,
and hit him, and
it is a
still-
blindside hit, and he's still down. I mean, Bates is that big, dude. He's a monster.
And the helmet was right on the ball. He held on to it, man. What a great catch.
Yeah, his rookie year, he was on the punt team for a long time for us. Felt super safe behind that guy.
Yeah, dude.
Just a monster, great blocker. But I was just wondering, sometimes when you see your passes in slow mo, listen, I'm not too proud to admit when I see punts in slow mo, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good.
I will say it does look pretty good on camera.
Yeah.
I will say.
Okay, so now I've never actually been able to ask you what it's like to have a guy like Terry. My favorite thing, and I've said a number of times on Hang Time, is so I'm very biased towards Oklahoma guys. Well, I got to play with Adrian Peterson here, and as a kid growing up watching Adrian Peterson, they said that Adrian just runs angry. I feel like Terry catches angry. One of the nicest dudes in the locker room, but he catches angry.
Yeah.
I mean, is he just one of those dudes that you have as a weapon and it's just awesome? You always have an ace in the hole?
Dude, it's so much fun knowing Terry's out there. Like we needed a big play. Like coming out second half, like we needed to make a big play, and I know Terry can make that play at any point. And when the ball's in the air, like Terry's gonna do whatever it takes. You
Yeah.
know what
What
I'm
did he
saying?
say to you? I was right there after we came over after the PAT, and he was all sweating and hyped up, and he came over and said something to you about like, hey, like that's the ball or that's the
Yeah,
play.
he
And it was
always
just
said-
like,
he
just
always-
put it up there, I'll get it.
Yeah, he always says that's the ball, that's the ball. But no, I mean he always tells me, man, just give him a chance.
Yes, dude.
That's all he asks for, and I got to do a better job. We got to keep getting Terry the ball. But he's so good, man. It's just,
That's a bad man right there, 1-7. That's a bad man.
he's such a great dude too.
Great
man. Like,
dude.
It's so much fun playing with him, man.
Yeah.
And he gets so fired up. I think he's about to hit a little dance right here.
I know.
Which is, man, it's so much fun playing with him, man. Such a great dude and
Yeah.
great player.
Another phenomenal pass again, man.
I appreciate that.
It's fun to watch in slow mo. All right, and then E-Man, this dude. Did you know he had the? I think he had the NCAA record for the most pick sixes.
Yeah, I did know that.
What a freaking
Dude,
stat!
I know,
Like
dude. It's
that's arguably cooler than having the most picks ever in
Yeah.
college. I mean, think about taking it back to the house. Now this one, I think he got a little excited and it ended up
I
having to
know.
go to review. But thank God for the stands call.
I know.
I got
dude.
explained to me like a couple of years ago. The stands confirmed overturned. Have you ever heard that?
If it stands, they couldn't confirm if he caught
Either
it.
way,
Either way.
So
yeah.
it literally just
They
the
just
call on the
weren't
field
sure,
was
yeah.
So thank God they called that one the pick.
I know, dude.
but-
It was taking forever, and I was like, because the offense was out on the field. I was like, do y'all think he caught it? And we really didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
But nah, shout out to Emmanuel, man. He's a great player.
Yes.
Skinny guy, man. So you really don't know what you're gonna get from him. Like
Dude,
when,
he is
like
just
when he walks in the door, like you're like, dang, this is the guy we took. But then
Yeah.
he gets on the field, man, and he's
Yeah.
so good, dude.
He has like a demeanor about him too. Like every morning when I see him in the facility, he'll just kind of come in. I'm like, E-Man, what's up, dude? Like thinking something's wrong, and then he just starts smiling. I'm like, all right, there he is. Welcome, right?
Yeah,
I
great
forget,
dude,
man.
man.
How are you as a morning dude? Were you all right? Like NFL's an early morning league, bro.
Yeah. Well, look, like for me in college, we started our days every day at 6:30. So we'd have a team meeting at 6:30, and we would practice before school. So I kind of got a little head start. But honestly, I'm
sucks.
not a morning person. Like I would rather stay here till 2 a.m. than get here at 5. you
Yeah.
know? But
oh my god.
but it's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun coming to work in here every single day and just seeing everybody. And it's
Yeah.
such a great locker room
Yep.
of guys, man. Like I couldn't say enough about the guys we have
For
here.
sure.
So like, and the staff, like all the people that work in literally every department in the building
Yep.
here are amazing. And
Yeah.
it's just so much fun to come to work here
It
every
is.
single day.
It has been a fun, good, exciting vibe. And last highlight, B-Rob. Now,
Yeah.
like I said about Adrian, my man also kind of runs pretty angry himself. That dude, he is just so so strong.
Dude, when B-Rob's going, man, like nobody's stopping him.
Yeah,
And he runs angry, man. Like,
yes.
like you can just see it in his eyes when he's running. Like I would not want to be on the other side of him trying to tackle him.
He sat in the chair that you're sitting in right now last year whenever he trucked that dude in Atlanta.
Oh man.
And Sam, I cannot explain to you how hyped and how scared I was listening to the explanation of how he trucked somebody. He looked at me like he was about to truck me in the chair, but I was also hyped up listening of how he trucks people. But I mean, just another dude. The only thing I'd say about B-Rob though is that he was really talking up his game in cornhole. Not awesome.
Dude, he talks his game up in everything. If he
And I didn't know that.
he acts like
He swindled the swindler, man.
dude, if someone's talking about anything, whether it's golf, ping pong,
Yeah, I
like
said it about golf.
B-Rob thinks he's good at it. Which is part of what makes B-Rob B-Rob, you know, that
Yeah.
confidence and that attitude. But yeah, I mean, he thinks he can play golf too. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's
we're
all
gonna
right,
have to
man.
see that.
It is what it is. All right, dude. Our next phase in the show it's a little suspenseful. It's a little entertaining. It's a little, I don't know. There's no really way to explain it other than to get right into it. It is time to get into You Posted That, presented by Zoomph. This is where we will go into posts that were made public. It could be me, it could be you, it could be teammates. Usually it is the guest of honor. I see you fidgeting a little bit. You a little nervous? Yikes.
Wow.
What I take it that was earlier this year.
Wow.
Is
the thing
that
is, like,
you?
I don't even remember seeing that picture.
See, but
But that's definitely me because I definitely dressed up as like a nerd for Halloween that year.
who do we have that we could be in contact with potentially? Maybe somebody that you thought you could trust.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody that
I literally do not know where that picture could have came from. That's actually pretty scary. Because now there's no telling what else you guys
What
have.
else is coming forward?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we get full disclosure. This wasn't a phase. This was actually Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween, yeah. And I was dressed up as a nerd.
Okay.
And apparently I really like bubble gum and blowing bubble.
That's a gigantic bubble.
Yeah, it is. That's
Yeah,
pretty impressive, actually.
for sure. And you're buttoned all the way up to the top. Let's see the next one. Oh, yeah. That's a vibe.
Yeah, we just beat our rival. Duke in college. And I took that picture and sent it to like some of my friends on Snapchat, and of course they screenshotted it.
Now, I will say this looks much more baller than the nerd shot previous.
Yeah, I don't mind this one at all. And I didn't smoke the cigar. I don't smoke anything.
I know, but you're also kind of staring into the camera like, I mean, it could be taken multiple ways here. I mean, like, are you super proud? Are you trying to be like, hey, check out this Stogue? Or is it like, is it sent to Duke being like, I told you so?
It's
you know,
more
like,
it's more of like
dumb.
it was expected. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like it was more of like yeah, like it was cool. We won and all, but like
Does North Carolina Duke football get as crazy as North Carolina Duke basketball?
no, not near as crazy.
Did you ever get to go to those?
Yeah, I did. It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like I went to the one at Duke last year.
Yikes.
And dude, like that gym, they literally play in like a high school gym. Like it's tiny.
Is it Cameron?
Yeah, Cameron Indoor.
Crazies?
Yeah, Cameron Indoor. Yep. And it's tiny, but it's so awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah.
just being a part of that rivalry, man, and going to those games is so much fun. But yeah, football is not as big of a rivalry, but it still is one.
Still UNC Duke.
And both Duke and UNC got some good football teams this year, so it'll be a fun matchup.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Next one. All right.
Dude.
I mean, what are you going for in this one? Did you actually post this, or is this just a deep? I mean, where are you? Are you in an escape room?
I'm in the hospital. So
what kind of hospital were you in, man? Were you?
So what happened was, this is actually like
You see, what happened was
this is actually like the scariest time of my life right here.
Oh my god!
No, like this is like, so we were having a snowball fight, and one of my friends, like the snow was like that. How much have you been around snow? Like
a good bit, enough to
so
know
it was
where
like
I know what
it
kind
was
of
like
snow you're talking
it was like
about.
very hard. Like we were
Slush
making
balls.
like
yes.
it was like dang near an ice ball, and I came around the corner, and my friend like hit me right in the eye, and my eye literally went black. I couldn't see, and so like my eye was wide open, and it was just pitch black, and so I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm blind in one eye, like I'll never be able to see again. Like I literally could not see, and then we went to the hospital, and then
yeah, but dude, where is this hospital?
yeah,
I mean,
I really don't even remember the room.
That looks shady. Are
Yeah,
you sure it was a
was
real doctor?
Yeah.
Was that in a van?
It might have been a van, honestly. Looking back on it, I'm gonna have to ask my parents, like, where did y'all take me? But dude, no, the worst part was then I had to wear like an eye patch to school because I didn't get my vision back for like 2 weeks, and so I was walking around middle school with an eye patch.
Was it football or baseball season or anything?
Nah, it was like in the winter after
snowballs.
Yeah,
I
after
should have known.
you
No
should've
season
known.
going on. What an
But
idiot.
yeah, man, it was tough.
I
time,
bet you could
tough time
huck a
on-
freaking snowball though.
We had some.
I wouldn't want to be
very,
on the business end of one right now from you, man.
we had some very aggressive fights. I'll say that.
I feel like your slow-mo snowball would be like Will Ferrell and Elf.
Oh man,
That'd be a good one. You
Yeah,
could
that
get some jollies off of watching that one.
for sure.
All right, man. Let's dive into a little life stuff here. Coming out of high school, I think you shared with me that you weren't initially leaning UNC. The recruiting process for you. Did you have any buddies? Did you have any high school teammates that you kind of got to share with and enjoy it with? Or were you kind of one of the big dogs that, hey, it was uncharted waters and I got to go through all this by myself?
Yeah, honestly, like where I went to high school, there wasn't many guys before me that went to play like college football at a high level. Yeah. Like at a Power 5 level. So like,
Was it a smaller high school?
yeah, smaller high
Okay.
school. Yeah, so
Okay.
a lot of firsts. But no, it was cool, man. Like the cool thing was like a lot of the guys that were younger than me and after me, a lot of them went to go play places as well. So just kind of helping them through that process. But really, when I was going through the recruiting process, there really wasn't anybody that I could really lean on.
Yeah.
But it was the coolest part about it was the kids that were behind me. I could help them out through it as well.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool.
That's cool, man.
Being a recruit, man, is so much fun.
Yeah.
As you know,
Dude,
man. Like
yeah, it
it's
was.
every weekend you can go to any college football game
Yeah.
you want and check it out. But
So
yeah.
Whitechapel Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I was originally committed to Florida State.
Yep.
And was committed there for probably, I don't know, 8 months.
Oh, yeah.
And they had just got a new coach. Like Jimbo had just left and went to Texas A&M, and so it was the new coach's first year. So I was kind of just trying to see how everything was going.
Yep.
And I've always loved North Carolina, and I had a really good relationship with the people there and the people that were on the team, some of the players.
Yeah.
And I just loved the school, and so I've always had that in the back of my head. Like I knew if it didn't work out somewhere else, like I would be really comfortable going to North Carolina.
Yeah.
So just kind of going through that year, and I was obviously I was still committed to Florida State, but I still took some visits to North Carolina, and at the end of the day, man, I just felt more comfortable there.
Yeah.
And they had just hired Mac Brown.
Yeah.
So Mac Brown just came back. And
See, I played against Mac when he was at Texas.
Yeah.
When I was at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Great dude,
Yeah.
man. Great coach. So, and I kind of just listened to him, and he gave me his pitch, and
That's cool,
I
man.
bought in, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made.
That's cool. So whenever you're a kicker or a punter in college, you kind of like, you can either tell, man, you got blessed with the leg strength and like, hey, I'm really starting to figure things out and things are clicking. You know that you're going to have a chance at the next level. What is it actually like as a quarterback and the telltale signs that you know, hey, I got a chance of playing at the next level?
Well, dude, it's hard because like a lot of guys that are like really talented and the guys you think can definitely play in the NFL, like some of them don't have success in college.
That's right.
And part of it's like they're not on a great team. Maybe it's not a good play caller, or it's just a bad situation.
That's crazy.
So like,
yeah.
you really like I don't want to use the word luck, but you have to get lucky, man. You got to be in a good situation with good teammates and a good play caller, and just a great opportunity to show what you're capable of.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys don't even get the opportunity to play in college because I mean every college team has like 4 or 5 quarterbacks, and only one can play at a time, and every year they're bringing in another one.
Yeah.
And so it's hard, man, but you just gotta, once you get that opportunity, you gotta try to make the most of it.
Yeah.
But no, it's crazy, man. Just like I feel like there's so many quarterbacks that aren't in the NFL that could be in the NFL.
Yeah. And
it's simply due to the fact that they didn't have an opportunity.
Yep.
Or the opportunity they did have, they weren't surrounded with the things that would have helped them get to the NFL.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's cool insight. And once you got here, I feel like, because the first time I ever heard about you was before you had decided to go back. Did you end up staying all 4 years, or was it a redshirt sophomore, then went back redshirt junior?
So I played my true freshman year.
Yeah.
And then I had a solid year, and then my sophomore year I had a really good year.
Yeah.
And like everyone like was telling me like, oh, we wish you could have came out this year. Like everyone was kind of expecting me to go out this year, but then so obviously I had to come back for my junior year. And then I left after my junior year.
Okay,
but some people, I don't know why. Some people kind of always think that like I came back, but it was the fact that I couldn't leave after my second year.
I mean, I didn't know you played as a true freshman, but so yeah, that was it. I remember hearing about you, seeing all the things on TV, like after your sophomore year and things like that. So how has that last like 12 to 15 months been of you come in here, you go through the summer, you got Carson, you got Heineke, you got everybody here, everything like, dude, what a freaking whirlwind.
Yeah.
And like end up beating Dallas at the end of last year, starting 2-0 this year. It has been fun to watch, like as a friend and as a teammate, but like, I mean, how crazy has it been, man?
Dude, it's been so crazy. And it just shows you how much can change in a year.
Nuts.
And like obviously, I was drafted here, and you look at the situation, they just brought Carson in, and Taylor's here, and Taylor's had a lot of success in the NFL. And it's just like, I didn't really know why they were bringing me here. But my mindset was like, just don't worry about the future. Don't worry about any of that. Just take it one day at a time and just try to continue to get better.
Yeah.
That was kind of my mindset. And I was so fortunate to have that year with Taylor and Carson, and just those two guys, man, they were so awesome to me. And I learned so much from just having the opportunity to sit back and watch.
Yeah, definitely.
And learn about myself, just because that was really the first time in my life where I was not playing. And so I had to stand there and watch, and the whole time I just wished I was playing, and it made me truly appreciate the game of football.
Yeah.
Just because I've never not had it.
Yeah.
And last year was the first time. So no, I definitely would not trade that for anything.
Yeah. And then, I mean, dude, it's just so cool. especially seeing you get voted as a team captain. And like I've had a couple friends and neighbors, things like that, kind of asking me, and I that week 1 game against Arizona, and you're running to the sideline and you get freaking smoked illegally. And they pull you out, you come running back in, and we did not start the game like how we thought we would, how we wanted to, and we come back and end up winning the game. And I always tell people, I'm like, that is just so your personality. Like, we all take freaking licks in the NFL. Like, it's the dudes on the other side of the ball are really freaking good too. Like, we're not gonna do it amazing every single time, but I just feel like you give off that presence, that mental consistency, physical consistency. I think I hope you really take that as just a really cool compliment of how we all view you. And like, I mean, that's the dude you can rally behind. I think that's really cool. It's really special. And
I appreciate you saying that, man.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. And I was told to ask about, this is kind of where I was going with it, how much started from your upbringing, from your hobbies, from family, about your first coach, your pops.
Yeah.
Like, how, I don't know, how does that lay that? I know how my family laid my foundation, but things like that for you.
Yeah, I mean, my dad, he raised me into who I am today. And it was so much fun growing up because my dad coached me every year of football in my life. So,
are you serious?
So I started in I played flag football in like first grade, and he was my coach, and then tackle every year after that. And he was always my coach. And
was he an athlete too?
Yeah, so he was a wrestler. So he played football too, but he was a state championship wrestler in high school, and then he went to wrestle at Appalachian State.
Very cool.
But yeah, he was a wrestler. And he really didn't know anything about playing quarterback.
Yeah.
But he loved football, and whatever help I needed, he tried to give me the help.
Yeah.
One of his best friends, who was his high school quarterback, me and his son are best friends as well. So I would talk to his dad all the time. And so, but just having that experience with my dad was so much fun. And he was literally every football memory that I have until college, like my dad was right there with me, and we got to do it together.
That is so cool.
So it was cool, man.
Did they get to come up? Does he get to come up to a lot of the games? And
he gets to come out. He came to the opener. And so this is actually his first year as a high school head coach. This team's 5-0.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. They're rolling right now, but he was always an offense coordinator, and then this is the first year that he's.
Is it your alma mater? Where you?
It's actually not.
Okay.
It's one of the schools in our conference.
All right.
But
jump ship to a rival.
Yeah,
right?
jump ship. Would like to get him back there.
Yeah.
But a good friend of mine is the head coach over there now, former quarterback at my alma mater. But man, it's awesome. It's so much fun to watch him coach, and it's just fun to be a part of.
I like that too, because I played football and baseball my whole life, and the two positions I never played is I never played quarterback and I never was a catcher.
Yeah.
And my son, Bo, who you got to meet out at practice, he loves playing quarterback and he loves being the catcher like in baseball. And I was just, I don't even freaking remember what cover 2 and cover 3 are anymore. So I think he's going to do flag football next year. I may have to send him your way.
Yeah, give me a call, man. I'll come help him out. But,
that would be the ultimate flex. Hey, Bo's throwing the ball really well. Sam Howell's his quarterback coach. So, you just it's all about who you know, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then we were doing a little bit of a deep dive on some of the NFC East stuff, and found out that you and Daniel Jones are some buds. How cool is that in the same division and things like that, man?
Yeah, it's cool. So Daniel is a Charlotte guy as well. We both grew up in Charlotte. He's a couple years older than me, but we grew up like.
How many years older is he?
I think 3 or 4. So I was I think 4 years. So he his last year in high school was my first year.
Was he a big name when you were coming up?
Yeah, he was.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
cool.
Daniel was the guy. Then obviously he went to Duke and had a great career at Duke. And so during COVID, like when everyone was at home, like I was still in college, but we weren't in college. Like, we were all just at home. And Daniel was in Charlotte, I was in Charlotte, and we got to work out together a lot.
That's cool.
And he's always been so good to me and such a great dude.
Yeah.
And so happy for him, man. He got paid this past offseason. Yeah. But he definitely deserved it. But great player, great dude.
Yeah.
But it's cool to have.
He's a tall drink of water, man. I didn't realize that till I saw him up close
dude,
one
man.
time.
Big dude, athletic. But yeah, man, he's got it all.
Yeah, that is really cool. All right, so having the North Carolina connection with Diami here, you guys torched it up pretty good in college. Is that just a comfort thing as a quarterback? You come in and you had one of your top dogs here, and
Dude, it was
and another great dude. I mean,
Diami's
awesome.
awesome, man. I love that dude, and so proud of him and how far he's come, man. Not only in football, but just his life, and just knowing that me and him could kind of go through this together. Was awesome. And obviously, just like you said, having that comfort, knowing one of the good receivers on his football team is one of my good friends.
And he's so freaking fast.
Oh, he's so fast, dude.
So he's outside on the punt team for us, and anytime I look out there and I see him out there, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna let this one eat. Like, he is so fast.
Dude, he's so fast, man. Tough guy, man. And that's what's been so cool about watching Diami in the NFL is, like, in college, like, he was the man. Like, and now he's, like, on special teams, like what he didn't have to do in college. And so just watching him, man, like, change his mindset and being such a team. Not that he wasn't a team guy, and not that he wasn't a team guy in college.
Yeah, it's like
he just wasn't asked to do that stuff.
Yes,
And he's been awesome, and I feel like it's only a matter of time before he really starts to find his identity in our offense as well. But man, it's been so much fun to kind of go through this journey with him.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about the NFL, other than how quickly you become best friends with guys, just this emotional roller coaster throughout the season, how it all goes, is you really don't get to understand what a NFL off season is until it is like your first like off season, where like you wake up and it's, I just have to make sure I'm still in shape and I'm working out well and getting ready, which also leaves a good amount of time for some golf. Now, I cannot have you here and we not talk about some golf. And it is the week of the Ryder Cup. I mean, we are trying to push for 3-0 start. We got the Ryder Cup going on this weekend. There's a lot of good things, but you and I had the privilege of playing Congressional this offseason together, which was phenomenal.
Dude, it was awesome.
Do you officially have the golf bug?
Yeah, well, I do, but I had to leave my clubs in Charlotte.
Have to. Oh yeah,
I left them in Charlotte, man. The season started. But dude, golf, man. So growing up, like, I was never around golf. Like, everyone always said, like, oh, golf is like for soft kids and stuff like that, and like golf's for wimps. But like, dude, like, golf is where it's at. Like growing up, like, I don't know how it was for you. Like, you always thought all the kids that don't want to play like contact sports, they play golf. I
had a baseball teammate who golfed, and I'm like, you freaking golf, man? I'm like, we're trying to play baseball around
But as you get older, you're like, dude, like, I should have been golfing my whole life. Like, dude, like, I literally think like those guys that are playing on tour, like, I think they're the coolest guys in the world, man. But it's so much fun. Like, literally everything about golf is fun.
Yeah, I'll take Bo out to the little practice course at Lansdowne, and I'll be like, hey, like, you want to take the whole family out? And he'll be like, Dad, I just want it to be me and you. Like, we don't need to bring the girls. He's like, can we do that? Yes, we can, son. Let's do it. So me and him just it is a really good time. It's guaranteed couple hours just hanging out with the little man and you go play. And my wife was an All-American softball player, and I like taking her for entertainment because she gets so pissed that she just starts slamming clubs. She's like, I don't get it. The ball's not even freaking moving. Like, dude, I know. I could hit a moving.
Like, especially if you have a baseball, softball background, like, you think it's gonna be the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah,
like, it's just like hitting off a tee.
Yeah,
but dude, it's hard, man, and that's the fun thing about it is like just trying to get better, and it's so much fun, man.
And I know I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, so no pressure if there is tough to come up with some answers or something like that. Do you have any spots that you have played that you would rank ahead of Congressional? I know you're just getting into the bug, and also I'm doing you favors here, like, people are going to be watching this, and then you're going to start getting some invites, my friend.
I hope so.
There's a lot of fans that like to watch hang time, so you never know if some people got some serious hookups, and they just may want to golf with QB1. Man.
And the golf out here is awesome, man.
Phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Do you have, Trump National's awesome.
Trump's awesome. RTJ is unbelievable.
RTJ's unreal.
There's so many good courses, but I don't know, man. Congressional is definitely up there.
Have you ever got to do like paradise golfing, like a beach or like Caribbean or anything ever?
No, nothing like that. Well, I went to Bermuda and played out there. Some solid courses out there, but I took my dad for his birthday to Sawgrass.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's
how'd you do on 17?
I made it on.
All right,
I made it on the green.
What was it playing?
I think it was like 130 into the wind.
Yikes!
Into the wind. So I hit 9-iron. Like, the caddy was like, "Dude, you have too much club." I'm like, "No, I don't. Like, I'm not gonna be short. Like, if anything, I'll hit it."
It's 17. He didn't see you hit the ball sky high, like
exactly.
Right out
But dude, I got on the green and 3-putted. So,
did your pops make it on?
Nah, I
Yikes.
think he hit like 4 in the water. And
Oh,
then by that
no.
time, the group behind us was
Oh,
dang near on the tee box.
no.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, out of our foursome, I was the only one that made it on it. But then I 3-putted. So
That's cool, dude.
but it was awesome, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Have you played?
I have
on
not, man. That is on.
Dude,
That's
you gotta-
seriously
you
on
gotta
my
take the
list,
trip, dude.
Yeah.
It's-
I feel like the whole time I'd play like, were you just thinking of 17 the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, the
it's
whole
just
time.
like, all right, let me just see how good I can
Yeah.
do all the way up till 17.
But dude, it's so much fun, and the course is always in great shape. So like, we went right after the season, so
Yeah.
it was like in February.
Yeah.
And the weather was awesome, and the court and
Yeah,
they
was it
played
Jacksonville, right?
Jacksonville,
Yeah.
yep. And they play the tournament at like the end of February or beginning of March, so
Yeah.
like it's in great shape,
Heck
dude.
yeah.
I would definitely recommend.
Yeah. Well, dude, we finish hang time with a certain segment, and I apologize. You're gonna freaking hate the name of it. But Sam, this is probably still whenever you were in high school, my friend. There was a trivia game that swept the locker room, swept the building, and I just started coming up with trivia questions that had multiple answers. It was a lot of fun. A lot of the guys liked it. So how we finish every episode of Hang Time here is it's called 3 and Out. And there's 4 answers. You only got to give me 3, and you're out. But out is good.
Out is good.
You
yeah.
want to get out. Yeah.
Defense 3 and out.
There it is. Thank you. There we go. Who are the 4 universities? What are the 4 FBS universities? Who are the Bulldogs?
Georgia.
Yeah.
Um,
Do not watch the clock. I mean, you could look at the guys behind the cameras. You could look at the lights. Never.
is Fresno
watch
State
the
the
clock.
Bulldogs?
Oh, yes, they are. 2, 1 more, and you're out. Plenty of time. Do not look at the clock.
Dude, I have to look at the clock. It's right there. Gosh, 1 more Bulldog.
Plenty of time. It helps to work, like west to east. Fresno State.
Golly, Bulldog.
You got Georgia, so we got coast to coast. So what if you got 15 seconds, plenty of time.
Bulldog.
Maybe we have 2 of them on our team.
No way.
Oh, we do, yeah. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Where was our first round pick from?
Wow. That's embarrassing.
There's 2 in the same conference. It is not embarrassing. You know what that's called? That's called the hot seat. See, I lull you to sleep with just some fun conversation, and then we finish with a dagger called 3 and Out. It is literally called the hot seat. In case you ever take the bus to the hotel for road games, we literally sit in the back of the bus and we play this the whole way down to the hotel. Makes the hour drive go by like that.
I bet. I'll have to check it out sometime.
Also, too, watch for Jamison Crowder because every day he asks me for a trivia question.
Really?
He freaking loves it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great dude. Shout out to Jameson.
But, dude, this has been Hang Time. This may be, I'm a little biased, but this may be the best season opener that we have had.
Oh,
As chill as you are in the locker room, on the field as a dude, I hope everybody got to just see how fun it is just to sit and chat with you every day. I know I get to do it. We have lockers next to each other.
Next
but
to each other, yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on to Hang Time. And
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Do you have any questions for me?
What do you want to do after football?
Wow, worst question possible because I have no idea. So this is a little plug for me.
Because just watching you here and doing this podcast, like I can see you on TV.
Thank you.
But I was just curious if that's something that you'd want to pursue.
I would never say never, but one of my very best friends told me about a book called The One Thing. And on the back of the book, it has this big question mark. And I read it in 2018. And it was all about having the 5 main areas of your life and being all in on all 5 areas and that one thing that makes you think of each area. So like your social life, your spiritual life, your work life, your family life, and being all in on it. Now, it was not one of the years that I made the Pro Bowl, but I still consider 2018 as the best season I ever had because I was just all in on football, of who I wanted to be as a punter and things like that. So
That's
I'm
awesome.
both embarrassed and proud to say that I don't know what I'm going to do after football.
I respect it.
Because I'm just all on football right now.
Yeah, I respect it.
But that was one heck of a question. This freaking guy
Yeah,
comes
man.
right in and
You
asks me
put-
the hardest question.
You put me on the hot seat. I had to put you on the hot
That's
seat,
true.
man.
That's
So,
true. But, dude, it is fun hanging out with you. It was fun chatting with you. And let's go take care of Buffalo.
Let's do it.